Hi there, I'm Angus from AngusDriving.co.uk. In this short video I'm going to just have a quick talk about the new driving test, which is going to be starting trials from April of this year, 2015. If all goes to plan, it's going to be trialled from April to the end of the year. It's then going to be sort of looked at, reviewed, and then rolled out across the UK for summer of 2016. So I went to a meeting about it the other night, and it was the DVSA took it, went over sort of the changes to the driving test, the reasons for them, and just went through it all, how it's all going to work. So yeah, for anyone who's interested, this video may interest you. So at the moment, the test lasts 40 minutes. The new test will also last 40 minutes. At the moment, we do around about 10 minutes of independent driving. In that time, you're maybe asked to follow street signs to a destination, or you're maybe shown a diagram and told to follow where the diagram takes you. That's going to be taken out of the test, and the way they're going to do that now is they're going to use a sat nav. So the examiner will provide a sat nav and fit it to the car at the beginning of the test before you start, and then at some point during the test, it could be the start, finish, midpoint. Then you're going to pull over and you're going to start using the sat nav. You're going to just push go, and the route will already be programmed into it where the examiner wants it to take you. So they're saying that obviously people will be using sat navs probably once they pass their test, so this will modernise it, so they'll get used to sort of using the sat nav, the distraction of sort of maybe having to look at that and sort of the road. Also, it means that they don't have to, it doesn't restrict them to the area of just where street signs are, so they can sort of take the test route sort of into a housing estate, back into the road that's got the street signs, and back off again. They don't have to stick just on the sort of predictable route that people get to know. The other thing they're saying is, at the moment when you do your independent driving, you're not really interrupted. You'll start your independent driving for 10 minutes, you're driving, just sort of doing that one task. Now what they can do is they could do the manoeuvre during the when you're using the sat nav. So you're driving along a street that sat nav's taken you into. If they choose to get you to do a manoeuvre in that street, they can sort of tell you to pull over on the left and then maybe reverse park around the car. And then once you've done that, they'll say, that's great, just drive on, just follow the sat nav. So they're saying it frees them up so they can use a lot more areas. Two of the existing manoeuvres in the driving test are going to be taken out, and two new manoeuvres are going to replace them. So the two manoeuvres that are going to be taken out are the turn in the road and the reverse left, so reversing back around the corner. The two manoeuvres that are going to replace them are going to be going forwards into a car parking space and reversing out, and pulling up on the right, reversing back a couple of car lengths, and then leaving from the right. So they're proposing that if you use the one for going forwards into a car parking space, you're still going to do just one manoeuvre in your test. Then on the route, they're going to take you into like a supermarket car park, or some sort of car park in the area. You'll get to choose which space you go forwards into. It doesn't have to be between two cars, just into a bay. Once you've done that, you're going to stop, you're going to reverse back out. They're saying you can choose to reverse to the left or to the right, so depending on whichever one you prefer. You're going to just show that you've got control, and you can take full observations as you do that. And then you'll just sort of rejoin back out the car park and back onto the route they want to take you on. The other one that they're saying for pulling up on the right, at some point they may get you just to pull up in a safe place on the right. So that'll involve obviously crossing the traffic and stopping. And then once you've done that, they're going to get you to reverse back a couple of car lengths, showing you control, looking around. And once you've done that, you're going to leave and sort of rejoin the traffic. They say they're not going to do that on a sort of really busy road. So in the video we were showing at the meeting, it was just in a sort of housing estate, but it could, I suppose, it will vary across the UK as to what they have available. Also, at the moment, you're asked two safety questions before the test, before you start. One of them is now going to be asked on the move. So they might say, for example, when it's safe to do so, can you show me how you would clean the windscreen? So you would demonstrate that as you're driving. They're saying that, if you start driving and once you're driving past your test, it might be that you're sort of driving a car that you've just picked up or something. It might start to rain, and it shouldn't be a complete disaster you trying to find how to put the wipers on. So that's it. So 20 test centres at the moment are participating in the trial. 2 of them are in Scotland. One is in Edinburgh. One is in Glasgow. The other 18 are down south, I believe. You'd have to check with your instructor or your test centre to see if they're running the trial. I'm sure you'll know. It's not that if you do a test from April at one of these test centres that you're automatically doing the trial test. You have to volunteer to do the trial. So if you've already got if you're already doing lessons and you're doing your test this summer at a test centre that's participating, you'll still do the test that you've been sort of learning about. You would have to volunteer to do the new test. So if you do volunteer to do the new test, good luck, hope it all goes well, and yeah, you might be ahead of the game, be one of the first to do it. That's all we know so far, and I'm sure once the trials begin from April, then we'll know a wee bit more.